All right, guys, welcome back to Just Driven. We are at our final episode for the Lightning Fast and Furious truck.
Pick up some parts at Grady for the Supra. When the Charger motor is ready, we go pick that up with this. And then shit.
Horn works.
Obviously.
What is happening, guys? Welcome back to Just Driven. This episode, we're going to wrap up our video series on the Ford Lightning. This is our Fast and Furious Racer's Edge Lightning build. It is finished. There is just a few very minor details that we need to wrap up to complete this transformation. This is actually a 2003, and as you know, the movie truck was a 99-2000 first-gen Lightning, and it had different headlights and little different things. Yeah. Alex, you could kind of point all that stuff out.
Yeah, so we went over that we had to backdate this truck and make it look older than it really is. Most guys today do that with their older generation cars to make them look newer than they actually are. But we went with the 99-2000 headlights, turn signals, fog lights, honeycomb front grille.
And lower grille too, right?
And the lower grille, yeah. Luckily we had that because that's not available anymore.
Oh, so we had the right grille.
We had the right lower. The upper one was like a bar with the emblem.
But it wasn't an aftermarket? I think that was a dealer ad.
No. The dealer ad was the billet piece that was on top.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so that was dealer ad. We had this original gas filler door and all that stuff. We got the wheels that took a couple tries to get. George had to go and chase to get our money back off the first wrong set. Came back. He's like, hey, I found these. I'm like, dude, you got to go back to LA and pick these up. They needed to be refinished, but they had all four center caps. Tires were crap. Didn't matter. We knew we were going to put new tires on it regardless. And on the rear of the truck, to kind of bring it back more looking like the 99-2000, we had to put Super Crew taillights. Now the reverse isn't in the exactly correct location because it's on top on the Super Crew and it should be in the middle as the 99-2000 taillights.
But most people won't even know the difference.
They won't, but we had to do that just because of the way the Ford wiring was designed. The Super Crew still has a 3-boss insert where the 99-2000 taillights only have a 2-boss, so we'd have a dead wire.
Oh. Got it.
And Ford with their electrical is like so weird. Like if you don't have it connected, it just won't work.
Well, and that's the case for these fog lights too. We had to rewire those as well. Change
those had to be rewired and remounted because the bumper is cut out for the 01 and up.
Got it. So which is the clear lens.
Right.
Yeah. Clear lens versus, I don't know, what do you call that? A gradient lens?
Yeah, like the hash marks or beam point, I guess. Right. I don't know.
best part of this truck is it had never been in a collision, has all the original panels on it. The paint had gotten pretty sun-beaten. Other than a few minor door dings, it was in relatively great shape. We did unbolt the bed and we pushed it back away from the cab so we didn't have a paint line. We painted the entire back of the cab. And all those plastics that surround the back window, none of that stuff was available. Joe and George kind of went crazy on filling it all in and trim painting it. We replaced a lot of the rubbers, a lot of the moldings that could be purchased. The bedside moldings were a little tricky. We found, I believe, one side or two sides.
Well, I found, I think only the right side was available for the bed rail cap.
So we were able to get the steps, the new plastic steps, and I believe...
On the sides and the rear.
Yeah, and then we got one side, we repaired the other side, and if I remember...
And the tailgate rail.
The tailgate, yeah.
Because nobody has the right size.
I mean, at the end of the day...
Well, that's what's weird about this truck is that Ford offered, like, this entire grill surround is available brand new still. Like, there's so many parts that are available new that the ones that we couldn't find brand new kind of, like, puzzled us because it's like a part that gets beat up.
I wonder if it's overstocked.
This doesn't get as beat up.
You think they're manufacturing this still?
There was no hold. Like,
I have a feeling it's just stock, old.
Because that rear trim piece gets so beat up by the sun and
yeah,
there's none.
At one point we were talking about rhino lining the bed. It was a relatively virgin bed. It didn't have bricks or gym equipment in the back of it. It didn't have hardly any dents or dings. So we just cleaned it up. We put the factory Ford bed liner back in place. And I think the only other thing that we did is we put a lowering shackle on the rear because it was really stink bug before and now it's a little
bit more corrected.
Where'd this little guy come from? As a rodent. A rodent just came into our warehouse. And then there was one little thing that drove me crazy. We quickly realized it as we were putting this thing back together. This side skirt that's on all Ford Lightnings, this was killing it for me. This part was in farther, and this part hung out farther off the cab, and it just didn't look right at all. So we ended up adding plastic to the back side of this to push this out so it was even with this part. And it's those little details that I think, in my opinion, make all the difference. What makes this truck 99.9% finished is the missing piece, and that is
the Racer's Edge decal.
And we have to give a shout out to
Slinging Parts for Harry.
Slinging Parts for Harry. You know, I've seen other replicas that people put the graphic on and it's just not the right font, not the right size.
Yeah, the spacing's off.
Fortunately, this guy has a resource and has contacts with the studio and was able to get the exact dimensions and it's perfect. If you guys want to do one of these trucks, make sure you reach out and he has them. We got Rodney coming in to do those?
Yeah, he's going to be coming in later in the video. He has one shot to put them on correctly.
I could do it.
No.
I've done decals before.
It's gonna take too long.
I know, that's the problem. It'll take me a day to do this side.
When are we going to do rollers?
Because I'll go back and forth, and I'll look at it, and I'll go,
and then once it's dry, it's done. So.
No, you can wet it up and peel them back, and I did that with the CHP decals. Anyway, so yeah, Rodney's coming to take care of it, and he'll have it done in no time.
right, so that's going to wrap it up for this Fast and Furious Lightning build series of the full refresh backdate. And we're doing the first stop of many. We're at Apex getting some parts for the Supra. Our next stop is going to be at Grady to also pick up more parts for the Supra. And from that point on, we're going to be going to Hawaii Racing to pick up the new Charger motor. And hopefully after all this is said and done, we can go ahead and take this, tow the Supra with the aluminum trailer behind it, bring it back to Apex for its final tuning. Don't forget, stay tuned, subscribe, like, comment, do all those things. We'll be sure to check them out. See you guys on the next one.
See you guys.
Let's get this out of here. Let's go.
This is how actually I start out like this in the morning, and then I kind of. I'm the grumpy old guy here.
I'm gonna introduce your bird food.
This is gonna be a wrap, guys. We just wrapped it up. I don't know what to say.